Hello, my name is Andy Owen. I'm Subject Officer for GCSE Geography for WJEC Eduqas, and today I'm going to talk to you about our new GCSE Geography A specification. Eduqas is the new brand from WJEC. It provides Ofqual regulated reformed GCSEs, AS and A-level qualifications to secondary schools and colleges, and enables teachers to clearly distinguish between qualifications in England and Wales. Why would you choose Eduqas? We think there are a number of reasons: clarity of assessment, high quality examination materials, and opportunities to stretch and challenge your students. On top of that, we offer excellent professional and development courses, personal and friendly support from subject experts, and specifications that are designed by teachers and subject experts. The key features of our qualifications are that they provide clear, reliable assessments for all of the elements of the subject that are defined in the DFE subject content requirements. Their questions are designed to enable learners to demonstrate what they know, understand and can do, and we're aware that qualifications and assessments must cater for the whole ability range. Our qualification support provides experienced senior examiners and chairs of examiners, direct access to subject experts via email and telephone, face-to-face CPD, and extensive online resources for teachers and learners. Why would I choose Eduqas Geography A? This specification, it has an optional structure which allows choice and flexibility for both teachers and students. Eduqas Geography A focus on the understanding of concepts and the evaluation of issues, rather than the recall of case studies. We hope this will encourage your students to have inquiring minds and become critical thinking geographers. We've taken great care of the design of the fieldwork components, not only to engage your learners, but also to allow flexibility of planning by teachers so that you can continue to use your favourite fieldwork contexts and locations. WJEC Eduqas will continue to provide regular support and guidance on the development of quality fieldwork inquiries. The summary of assessment for Geography GCSE A. This qualification has three components. Component 1, a mixture of physical and human topics and integrated physical and human topics. It's a 1 hour 30-minute paper representing 35% of the qualification. Component 2 is equally weighted, also worth 35%, and also contains integrated physical and human geography. Component 3 is our applied fieldwork inquiry paper. This is a written examination of 1 hour 30 minutes. It's worth 30% of the qualification. Part of the assessment here is of fieldwork, and part is of application of understanding of that fieldwork in a national context. So in detail, what goes into Component 1? Component 1 is changing physical and human landscapes, and as I mentioned before, this is an integrated approach to physical and human geography. Component 1 contains two core themes that are compulsory. Theme 1, landscapes and physical processes, and Theme 2, rural-urban links. Learners will need to study both of these core themes, and each theme is assessed with a structured question worth 34 marks. These will be a mixture of short answered low tariff questions and extended responses. Component 1 also contains two optional themes. Theme 3, tectonic landscapes and hazards, or Theme 4, coastal hazards and their management. Learners should study one of these options. Obviously, centres will choose the option which suits them best, depending on their own expertise and the resources that they have available. Whichever option is chosen, it will be assessed with a structured question worth 16 marks, and some parts of this question will also require an extended response. Component 2, similar to Component 1 in that again it focuses on integrated geography, physical and human geography, rather than one or the other. Again, it has two core themes and two optional themes. This time the two core themes are Theme 5, weather, climate and ecosystems, and Theme 6, development and resource issues. Like Component 1, these core themes are assessed in structured questions worth 34 marks. Again, They include a mixture of lower tariff and extended response questions. In Component 2, the two optional themes, Theme 7, Social Development Issues, and Theme 8, Coastal Hazards and Their Management. And again, learners should study one of these options, and the option is assessed with a structured question worth 16 marks. Component 3 is an assessment of the Applied Fieldwork Inquiry. This component has three parts. Parts A and B both assess the candidate's understanding of their fieldwork inquiry. Part A, which is worth 18 marks, will assess the approaches to fieldwork methodology, representation and analysis through a chosen methodological approach which will be flagged up by WJEC Eduqas at least 2 years in advance. Part B is also worth 18 marks, and it will assess how fieldwork inquiry may be used to investigate geography's broad conceptual frameworks. Again, WJEC Eduqas will provide information about which conceptual framework will be assessed in each cycle at least 2 years in advance. These two parts will contain questions about the candidate's own fieldwork. They'll also contain questions where the candidate is being assessed on how they can apply their understanding of fieldwork to a new context. Part C is worth 36 marks. It will assess the application of the same broad geographical concept that was assessed in Part B, but this time to a wider UK context. It's a kind of mini decision-making exercise where the candidate will be asked to make a judgment at the end. That judgment will be assessed in a piece of extended writing. The assessment objectives for this qualification are significantly different from the current assessment objectives. There are 4 of them, whereas at the moment we have 3 assessment objectives. One main difference then is that what we now know as knowledge and understanding has been separated out into 2 assessment objectives, separate ones, AO1, the recall of knowledge, and AO2, the demonstration of understanding. It's worth mentioning that these 2 assessment objectives are smaller in weighting than AO3. AO1, the recall of knowledge, questions will be using command words such as describe, and AO2, to demonstrate geographical understanding, will be using command words like give 1 reason, give 2 reasons, explain why. AO3 is quite different really from our current assessment objectives. AO3 is the application of knowledge and understanding to interpret, analyse and evaluate geographical information and issues, and also to make judgments. These are high-order cognitive skills: interpretation, analysis, evaluation, making judgments. This is where the new stretch and challenge will come from in this qualification. And as we'll see, the weighting for this assessment objective is significantly high. If AO3 is rather new, AO4 is familiar. To select, adapt and use a variety of skills and techniques to investigate questions and issues. This is skills, and as geography teachers we're all familiar with this assessment objective. So on this slide we can see the assessment objective weightings for each component. What's significant, I think, is to look at the overall weighting first. You'll see straight away that AO1, which you remember is recall, is only worth 15%. There is no great need to learn lots and lots of case studies for this qualification, because there are only 15% of the marks can be used for the recall of knowledge. AO2, with a higher weighting of 25%, is understanding, hence our stress on concepts. AO3 has got the highest weighting, with 35%, and that's where those higher cognitive skills come in, of interpretation, analysis and evaluation. The thinking skills that David Leet was talking about in the 1990s will be a good way to approach this qualification if you want your students to be prepared for the examination. If you look at the breakdown between each components, you'll see that the breakdown in components 1 and 2 are exactly the same as one another, again with AO3 having the highest weighting. And component 3 has no assessment of AO1. Again, AO3 comes out as the most significant weighting, along with AO4 at 10%. The figures in italics in component 3 indicate the weighting that is reserved for the assessment of fieldwork. It would be useful, of course, to look at our sample assessment materials, which can be followed from the web link on this screen. We also have teacher guidance, which describes our assessment objectives and command words in greater detail. So what resources are available for teachers? Most of our resources are available on our open website. Please visit our website to see not only the specification and sample assessment materials, but also our resources that we're developing to support this qualification. It would be sensible to subscribe to our email alerts so that you are alerted when we add new materials to our website. We are also developing resources for our online resource website. We have recently commissioned pieces of work on global cities and savanna ecosystems. HODA have published a textbook which accompanies this qualification, which is endorsed by WJEC Eduqas. You might also find useful information on our secure website, where past papers and mark schemes are stored. Other resources available for you would include our online exam review website, where clips are taken from student responses and examiners add annotation to show how the student arrived at their marks. We obviously create a number of CPD training materials which are either available online or in face-to-face meetings. Thank you for watching this video. Please keep in touch. If you need to contact me, my details are available on our website, as are the contact details for my subject support officers. Thank you.